fucking grass. Oh, poor Snooky. She's all scorned because I dumped her as a friend, and I told on her, having a big, huge blowout fight with Dom, that she wants to pretend that never happened. When it did. Even her own friends admitted that it happened. But she wanted to save face and thought she was going to throw me under the bus for it. But I didn't let it happen. I ass-fucked her first. There you go. I didn't want her as a friend, so I told her to fuck off. And she can't get the fuck over it. She's all scarred. She had to run to Sassy for friendship because she couldn't cope. She had to run to the person that I thought was a goddamn imbecile, because that's what they do. They're magnets to each other. They are magnets. They're disgusting magnets. One inferior person has to attract to another inferior person because psychologically they think that they can do better by the numbers instead of by the quality. They pick friends just because of a commonality, and I'm their commonality. Normally they wouldn't be friends with each other, but because I am their only commonality, that's what brings them together. I'm the glue that holds them together. You remove me out of the equation, they wouldn't be fucking friends. They'd be at each other's goddamn throats.
You have a PM, dear.
Shouldn't Jack be signing online soon?
Well, what I'd like to know is, you know when she's got that little dog barking when somebody mentions her name in the room, when they type her name in the room? Does it actually go off when she's in bed with Jack fucking him? What does he think about that?
Who's Jack?
Jack's her fucking husband, PNC. Where the hell have you been for the last few weeks? She's got a husband named Jack, but only 3 or 4 years ago his name was Gar.
You're supposed to be a pretty good friend of hers. How come you don't know her husband's name is Jack? And that he's an American with a British and Scottish accent? How come you don't know that? What lies she weaves, and then she doesn't fill in her friends about it, huh?
PNC, how are you to not know that her husband's name is not Jack if you've known her for so many years? Come on.
Because I don't talk to her about her husband.
Come on, PNC. She's sending you birthday gifts for your kid.
No, she has never sent me a birthday gift for my child.
Right, for you then. Whatever it was. I know she sent you something recently. You said it on the mic.
PNC, you've always said that you've been really close friends. You've told her a lot of intimate details about your life. How is it you do not know that she's got a husband?
Well, I know she's got a husband, but I didn't ask what his name was. To me, it's a husband. I don't need to know. I don't talk to the guy. So it's one of those things. I don't think to ask questions like you women do. I think
There's no husband. She made him up.
I don't even ask what the woman's name is. I just call
that her
outside.
husband is supposed to be American. It's bullshit.
Yes.
Thank you. Then why would he have a British and Scottish accent? Why would that happen? You tell me. Thank you for pointing out that her husband is supposed to be American.
Alphabet. Instead of saying Mr. J, she calls him Mr. G. She's an idiot.
No, years ago, his name was Garth. And she was only engaged to him about, 5 years ago? Now she's been married for 7 years to a guy named Jack. And one guy got on the mic and he was British. And then another guy got on the mic and he was British, but it wasn't the same guy. And then it was a fucking Scottish guy that got on the line and said it was her husband. So, what are you to believe?
So, here's the thing, Dollface.
where he lives, how long they've been married, what the fuck. He doesn't know anything.
So the point is that you can't believe anything she says because she lies. It's that simple.
I just don't bother asking questions. It's just, that's not me. I'm talking to you. I'm not going to sit there and ask you about your husband or your children. It just doesn't, it just...
Why not? I asked you about yours.
I know, and I don't mean that disrespectfully. I really don't. It's just, that's just me. If I'm talking to a person, I'm talking to that person. Let's say your husband decided to say, hey, PNC, how's it going, man? Then I'd be like, hey, how you doing, man? You know, I'd then talk to your husband, but I wouldn't go, I don't know, I'm probably saying it wrong. I just don't worry about somebody else in a relationship with them.
Okay. What I'm saying is that even you said that her husband is supposed to be American. She's the one who put the fucking information out there. We didn't ask. She volunteered it. And now all of a sudden, you know, she doesn't have a husband. She does have a husband. He's not American. He is American. He's fucking two different Brits. He's a Scottish. Come on, give me a fucking break. You put your lies out there, and then you don't fucking remember your lies, and then she's going to fucking sit there and call everybody else a liar. Guess what?
PNC, you don't even really know how old Miss Piggy is. You don't even know that she's in her late 60s. You didn't even know that.
But
Point is, she's a fucking liar, and she's staying in my bin, and she can fucking lie to everybody else, but I know the truth. And you have a fake friendship if that's what you think, that she's not lying to you.
But I've come to realize over the 15 years that I've been on the fucking internet that everybody lies. Okay? You choose your friends. I've chosen my friends. I like to class you as a friend, Kelly, Gina as a friend, and Lisa as a friend, and some other ladies and gents like Skip as a friend. Okay? But I'm not going to play one against the other. Everyone gets told the same thing. You want to fight? Fight. But just because I talk to one side of the fence and then the other side of the fence, it doesn't mean that I don't like the people on the other side. I treat everybody exactly the same. I don't choose one above another, if you know what I mean. I just don't think it's fair.
But how
You
can
know, that's fine, PNC. That's fine. But don't pretend to be somebody's friend. And I'm not saying you. Don't pretend to be somebody's friend and then tell them stuff and have it all be lies. And then, 6 months down the line, you change it, you change your accent.
What are you doing?
And why do you keep stepping on me, my bitchiness? It's no secret. It's no secret. And even you have to sit there and wonder, why are so many people disgusted with her? I'm not angry with her. I feel sorry for her because I know she's 60-something years old and she's got nothing but Meals on Wheels to look forward to. And making up lies in the chat room to be important. Let her do it. I don't give a fuck, but she's not putting me in the middle of it ever again.
How, PNC, how can you be friends with somebody not knowing if they're telling you the truth about themselves or... I mean, I find that really hard to believe. Personally, I couldn't. I mean, if you want to be friends with her, that's fine. But when you're talking to her, how do you know she's telling you the truth?
How do you know when anybody is ever telling the truth? Okay? You could live with your brothers or your sisters, and every single day they lie to you, but they're telling you it's the truth. And you believe it because they're your brother or your sister, right? And then 20 years down the line, you find out that they were lying to you. How would you feel? You just got to take, you know what, if somebody tells me something, okay, I assimilate what they've told me, okay, and what I believe is true, I believe. and what I believe is, okay, you made that up, I ignore. So that's the way it is, even with a friendship. Even friends will lie to friends over something, sometime or another, okay? Some people are habitual liars, but you know that they're an habitual liar, so when they tell you something, you say to yourself, okay, do I really want to believe this, or do I just say, yeah, whatever? And that's the way life is. You do not know who is telling you the truth and who is lying to you. It happens. We all just have to assimilate the information we get and make our own judgment on it. I don't judge somebody. We've got a guy at work. We have a guy at work who does nothing but fucking lie. And everybody knows he's a lie because we catch him out in these lies time after time after time. But you know what? He's a really fantastic guy, okay? Everybody really fucking likes him. But we all know he's an habitual liar. So when he says something, we tend not to believe it, but occasionally he's actually telling the truth.
Sassy, the thing is you can't make him pick his friends. He's got to pick his own friends, and that's fine. I'm not trying to pick anybody's friends. I just can't be around somebody who, especially around in my life, day-to-day life, that I can't trust what they're going to say to me because, you know, it could be important one day. And, you know, they're going to give you some bullshit. You're going to count on what they say, and it's going to be bullshit. You're going to look like a fucking idiot. Now, she can say whatever she wants about her family, about herself. I don't fucking care. I know that she's a fucking lunatic who needs to be put on medication. Yes, I'm diagnosing her. She can diagnose everybody else. I'm going to diagnose her. She is a habitual liar. You know, she says, things like, you know, you don't know anything about my life. It's none of your business. Why do you fucking care? Well, why are you putting it out there then? All right, and then you're going to fucking change the story 5 minutes later, 5 months later. It doesn't matter. Fact is, she's a liar. And if she wants to lie about her own fucking life, let her. But it becomes my business when she starts lying about me. And you know, just standing there, it doesn't matter if it's her or somebody else. If so many people have the same kind of problem with one person, it's got to be that person. It can't be everybody else. And that's all I'm going to say about it. She can stay in my fucking bin. I don't care if she fucking drops dead on the mic. Don't care. But I'm going to enjoy my friends, and when I feel like poking her, I'm going to fucking poke her and make fun of her all I want. And if she doesn't like it, that's just too fucking bad. But Kelly, I have trained her fucking well. We say, come here, pig, and she comes running.
The thing is, she made Bushman feel like 2 cents in here, putting his age out in the room. She had no reason to do that. It's nobody's fucking business. But yet she can't shut her fucking mouth about anybody who comes into the room.
Well, I wasn't trying to tell P and C not to be friends with her. I'm just trying to understand how you can sit there for years talking to a person knowing all that too well that she's lying. How can you have a relationship, a friend relationship with somebody who's constantly lying? That's the part that I don't understand. That's his problem. He can deal with it. I'm just asking a question. I didn't tell him he couldn't be friends with her. He'll always be friends with her because, you know what, as far as I'm concerned, he needs her. You know? he needs her. Because if he didn't need her, then he wouldn't bother with her because he knows she's a lying, skanky piece of shit.
Anyway.
Okay. Oh, see, hang on. Anyway. All right, let me I just want to answer that. I'm sorry. I was texting and trying to listen to the conversation. I meant to answer Kelly just now, but I was in the middle of texting my girlfriend. God damn it, now I fucking forgot what I was going to say because I just waffled on like a fucking prat. Okay. Oh, I've been signed out of chat. Guys, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Hurry up.
Okay, well, it says I've been signed out of chat. Okay, anyway. When somebody asks me a question, okay, I will answer the question, and I'll be honest. I mean, I have occasionally lied, okay, very rarely, but occasionally I have lied. When somebody asks me a question, what annoys me is I give them my answer, okay, and then they get all pissed off with me. Why would you ask me a question and then get angry with my answer? I do not get angry with anybody if I ask them a question and I don't like their answer. I've been called a liar for answering a question truthfully, and then I get called a liar. And I'm like, what the fuck? You ask me a question, then get angry. That doesn't make any sense to me. I'll be friends with...
I haven't gotten angry.
I know you haven't. You haven't, and you're like the only one who hasn't. Now, excuse me while I just sign back in so that I can see what's being typed, because I can't see shit right now.
Okay, hurry up, and I'll read you when you come back.
The thing is, like I said, she had to immediately put it out there how old Bushman was, because he was in a 40s room. So she wanted people to know that he was in his late 50s. Why? What was her fucking point? Like, really? Why did she have to point out and tell his age? She didn't tell him hers. They weren't talking about age. She brought it up.
Yes, especially since she's brought in little fucking kids, basically, into the room in their early 20s. And then she's going to complain about somebody in their 50s. You know what? I'll come into this room as long as I want. I don't fucking give a shit how old I am. If I want to come in here, I'm going to come in. And there ain't anything she can do about it.
Well, she has selective...
I know my presence annoys her.
Anytime you want.
It's...
This is my room. You can come in anytime you want.
She has selective...
My presence annoys her.
She has selective people that can come in here. Susie Q used to come in here, and at that time, 4 years ago, Susie Q was 57 years old herself. But she never said anything to Susie Q telling her to leave the 40s room. She's all over the place. She's bouncing off the fucking walls. Anything to start a fight with anybody. Anything to degrade people. Anything, whatever. That's what she does. Today she was sitting here gossiping about some fucking woman about having her nose fixed and blah, blah, blah. It's none of her fucking business if somebody had a fucking nose fixed. It's nobody's business, but she made it her business. She's got to put people down, even if they're not in the goddamn room. And I'm talking about TV shows.
She's crazy.
She's sitting here bitching at us yesterday when we were talking about the mob wives and, the New York wives or whatever. And here she's talking about her goddamn fucking, what do you call that thing there, with all the guys there, Big Brother. So, she rants about us, what we watch on TV, and then she sits there and talk about fucking Big Brothers. It's a reality show. But no, we're not allowed to watch reality shows because we're just stupid, we're childish. Yet she does.
Well, I'm going to talk about what I want, and if I want to sit in here and read a fucking book on the mic, I will, because I know it annoys her.